this is gonna be the best year ever. Every single one of our classes together, all this other stuff, we're just like literally gonna be inseparable, side by side. And so early on, my physics teacher, we have physics together, and he like, hey, extra credit. Go find a tall building, get an elevator, do some measurements on a scale, see how the weight changes. And so Richard, he was our driver, he drove us out there, me and him. And we did our experiment, took down ours, like 10 numbers, literally. It was like nothing, 30 seconds on his paper. That's what we had to do. So we ride back to my house, and I have the paper because he's driving. And I'm like, hey, dude, I'll finish this up tonight, this tomorrow. You know what I see? We'll get you credit too. He's like, no, I'm going to take the paper tonight, I'll give it to you when I'm done. And I was like, what's going on? Why is he kind of like weird? He's like, literally hits me in the head, grabs the paper, jumps out of his car. And I'm like, oh, I'm in me mode now, okay? He hit me, he took this from me. I go chasing after him. He ends up jumping back in his car, locks his doors. I'm like, I want that paper. He goes to drive off. I make the best decision possible, right? I jump on his roof, okay, on his car. Yeah, smart, okay? So I'm literally on the top of the roof, spread up on it. Like, he's not gonna go now. He's like, no, my car, you off. And he takes off. He doesn't like just start going a little like, hey, jump on my driveway. No, he just steps off and goes. Round the corner, swerving. I'm hanging on. I'm just banging on the roof. Finally, he slows down. I don't know how I stayed on. And I get off and he just takes off. And that was it, guys. That friendship was over. And look at all I had to go change. I changed all my classes so I wouldn't be around him. So every single one of my classes I go around changed. I had to do a different job. I stayed on the football team. He was a receiver, I'm a lineman. We're not going to see each other anyway. But literally, we just completely separated. Best of friends, and just completely gone in a moment. And the only thing we had left of contact, we would mess each other's lockers up because we were next to each other. So I moved to the other side of school, and I'm just broken contact. Never saw him. Saw him again. It's not school, obviously, but I didn't talk to him. Any kind of communication. So let's get Matthew chapter 18, verse 15 to 19. I'm going to read through the text and show you the right way that I should respond. And I want to talk about this too before I go on. I'm going to focus on when somebody sins against you, when they hurt you, and how you should respond. Now this can be applied to if you see somebody who's sinning, who does something wrong, but it's not necessarily against you, but I'm going to focus on what happens when it goes against you, because our natural reaction is to respond to sin. So let's read through it. If your brother sins against you, go and tell him his fault between you and him alone. If he listens to you, you've gained a brother. But if he does not listen, take one or two others along with you, that every charge may be established by the evidence of 2 or 3 witnesses. If he refuses to listen to you, then tell it to the church. And if he refuses to even listen to the church, let him give you as a Gentile and a tax collector. Truly, truly, I say to you, whatever you bind on earth shall be bound in heaven. Whatever you loose on earth shall be loose in heaven. Again, I say to you, if 2 or 3 of you agree, or 2 of you agree on earth about anything that is asked, it will be done for them by my Father in heaven. For while 2 or 3 you gather, I am there with you. Sorry, I didn't write that part down. But anyway, so let's go over the first verse here, guys. If your brother sins against you, then go tell him his fault between you and him alone. If he listens to you, you've gained a brother. So why is Jesus kind of like walking us through this? Why is he saying, hey, go to him alone? And there's a couple of things there. First is I want to point out, just like I said, in our natural reaction is to react to sin. It's already kind of like, even though it doesn't say it right out, he's not telling you after you've already lashed out, after you've already messed up. He would say, hey, when he sins against you, go talk to him alone. And think about that too, is how many of you, when you've hurt somebody, it's never just because you want to be mean. It's just because in a moment, you're just like, I'm going to hurt this person. It's usually because you're hurt, or something happened in your life, somebody hurt you, or maybe you're trying to impress somebody. In other words, there's always some kind of something behind it. So think about them. They have something behind. They have a story behind why they hurt you. And so it's really about knowing that they've hurt you, they've sinned, they're going the wrong way, and you want to, in love and gentleness, bring them back. And realize that how would you want to be treated in that moment? It's not about being right. It's not about belittling them. It's not about punishing them. It's about showing them where they're at. And think of how you, when you do it, how you want to be treated by somebody. You want to live, they want to just gently show you, hey, you hurt me, and this is wrong. That's not what Jesus would do. So, I have another story with that, guys. And this time, I was the sinner, big time sinner this time. When I was about your age, my sisters, they were selling candy for a fundraiser. And I didn't know at the time, but I love almond roca. I found that out during this time. They were selling almond rocas, and that is like the best candy if you never had that. And so I quickly spent all my money on almond rocas, buying for my sister. I ran out of money, they didn't run out of candy. Okay, so instead of trying to find a way to go earn some more money, I went and started. My mom had these jars of coins she would save, and I was starting stealing from my mom. She, we were broke. She was raising 5 of us alone, and so she would save any little thing she could. And normally I would go to buy presents for us, either for birthday, Christmas, something like this, something extra. So I sold like about $20 doing that, and it was like, that's a lot of money for, especially for a mom. And she had every right, when she found out, that she could have whooped my hide, she could have lectured me, she could have grounded me. She had every right to punch me any way she saw fit. But what she did was she came to me and she woke me up one morning and very gently, very kindly said, "Hey, you're stealing from me." She confronted me about it, she told me about it, and hey, what's going on? And I immediately was like remorseful, I regret, I repented. And because of that, she just forgave me, guys. There's no other punishment. That amazed me. No other punishment came with it. And so, those things that I've done in the past where my mom's punished me for, like grounding and stuff and spanking me or whatever, I would keep doing those things. But this was so profound that even today, any thought of stealing in any way, even if it's going to be thrown away, but I just don't ask for it, I can't do it because of how much of an effort I have. So realize when somebody comes to you in this right way and confronts you just in the right way, it is profound. God knows. He created us. He knows how we're designed, guys. So when you do it, it's going to, when you do this, often it's going to go the way God planned it for us. So let's continue. Next verse was, let me catch up here real quick here. But if he does not listen, take 1 or 2 others along with you, that every charge may be established by the evidence of 2 to 3 witnesses. He's actually quoted the Old Testament in this part, but it's still very serious. He's using very strong language. You see the charges and the offense and all this kind of stuff is literally because sin is so dangerous, guys. It is so dangerous. When you're in it, you're blinded to what you're doing a lot of times. I know K.O. last week was talking about, K.O. was saying that the first time he said it's hard, right? But then it gets easier and easier and easier. Sin grows like that. And it separates. Just like me and Richard got separated instantly as soon as sin entered our friendship. It separates us and divides us from each other, separates us from God. It's very serious. So this is like your life group. Maybe your life group or your leader and a couple of people from your life group. To, again, in love, in gentleness, go and tell this person what they did and show them that they're over here, they're going the wrong path, and lead them back to Christ. Lead them pointing back to Jesus. He then says, if he refuses to listen to them, tell it to the church. If he refuses to listen to the church, let him be as a Gentile and a tax collector. So let's take the first half of that. The church, that doesn't mean like right now you're going to go, all right, Wyatt, we got to go into the sanctuary now. Let's go. We're going to go right up there with Brad and let everybody know what's going on. No, it's your community, guys. It's like the Well Middle School here on Sundays. It's like it on Tuesdays. Your community. We play together. We pray together. We worship together. We learn together. We bear one another's burdens, guys. We're a tight-knit community. And we need to come in love. Let us know so we can come in love around this person and help them and help show them what's going on. And prevent that separation that's happening. Even if it's just you and them separate, it's going to grow. Sin is dangerous. That's why it's so important. The second half of this, let me as a general aspect. So this is it, right? You've been patient. You've done what Jesus told you. You tried to go with him alone. You tried to go with a couple of others. You took it to the group. And it's pig-headed, he's stubborn. I'm not saying in denial. So that's it, right? Now he knows what's coming to him, right? Gentile and tax collector, right? These aren't good people. But how did Jesus treat Gentiles, collectors, tax collectors? Anybody have anything they know about how Jesus treated them? Did he have a disciple that was a tax collector? You guys remember that at all? He fed the 4,000. Those were all Gentiles, guys. Those were all in the pagan nation. He healed that guy in that one city with a pig. Remember the pigs? They were Gentiles. Jewish people didn't hang around pigs. So he ate, he taught. In fact, even the Pharisees were saying, why do you hang around tax collectors and sinners? He goes, yeah, doctor doesn't go heal the healthy. He doesn't go be around the healthy to heal them. He's around the sick to heal them. The same way. Jesus thought, hey, I go to the sinners, I don't go to the righteous people. And so the same way, he says, showing more love, showing more mercy. They need to know who Christ is now. It's not pointing to Christ, but it helps them know who God is and who Christ is. And so finally, he goes on to, actually, before I get to that real quick, I want to talk again about how sin separates us, guys. I want to make that real big point. A lot of you guys, some of you guys might have done this for friends already. You've already probably gone to them, and they try to go with a few others, and try to go to the group, and still didn't get settled. Don't give up, but realize the reason is because sin is so powerful. It is so dangerous. In fact, Jesus, one time he's going to Peter, in 1 Peter, he writes about the devil. He says, be sober and vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, is like a roaring lion who walks around seeking someone to devour. And think about how sin separates us. You guys ever seen those nature shows? The lion doesn't jump in the middle of 100 animals, right? No, they prowl around, they look for the one that's off by itself. They look for the one that's straggling behind. That's important that we all do everything we can to keep us together. Look out and say, hey, there's a lion over there. Get back over here. Get back walking with Jesus. And so, as I said, he ends with, truly, truly, I say to you, whatever you bind on earth shall be bound in heaven. Whatever you loose on earth shall be loosed in heaven. Again, so he's saying again, when he says again here, he's saying, I'm saying the same thing, just differently. Because this is a really confusing kind of attitude for people. He says, again, I say to you, if two of you agree on earth about anything they ask, it will be done for them by my Father in heaven. So, all that means is, guys, is pray. You've tried. Go pray. Go take it to God. Don't give up on your brother. Don't give up on your sister. Don't give up on your friend. Keep at it, because sin is so damaging. It's so important that we work together to stay together, to point to Christ. So I want to get finished with one last one. You guys remember Richard, right? Total falling out, friends broken up. So we went the whole year without saying anything to each other. Grad night, we might have said 5 words. We weren't fighting, but we weren't friends. There was that division. I came up here to Fresno. That was down in Orange County. I came up here to Fresno, went to school, stayed up a year, went back down there for summer. I was driving around in this neighborhood. It was so heavy on my heart all of a sudden. I was like, I'm in Richard's neighborhood. I need to stop by. I need to say hi to him. I need to apologize. So I pull up to his house, and I'm like, I'm conflicted. I don't want to do this, but it's just so heavy on my heart to do it. So I got one knock on his door, and he answers the door. And I just start apologizing right away. He starts apologizing. We forgive each other, and then it was just gone. That division was gone, guys. As soon as we confronted sin and got sin out of it, division gone. We spent the rest of the afternoon talking, catching up, being friends again, guys. Being friends. A stupid piece of paper divided us. Not because it's just a paper, but how we reacted. And when we took that and we admitted our faults and put away, we came back together. So I want to challenge you guys a few things. If you have your Richard story, you have that person in your life, they hurt you, you hurt them, go apologize, go make amends, go reconcile with them. And if you've tried this and you're like, hey, I've tried this, Jeff, I've gone to this person alone, and I did this exact scripture. And they started responding, don't give up, keep praying, okay, keep after it. Keep showing them who Christ is. And lastly, is the next time this happens to you where you've got this opportunity, remember this. Remember that sin is just going to make it worse, guys. It's going to make that division. Don't sin when your brother hurts you. Stop. Realize where they're coming from. Go talk to them and try to point back to Christ. All right, guys? Great. Thank you. I'm going to pray, and the band's going to come back up. So, Lord, thank you for this message. Thank you for the reminder, Lord. That's not about us. That we should have compassion for those around us, Lord, that hurt us, and just realize that sin needs to be, Lord. It will just seek to divide us, each other from you, Lord, separate us, and it will only grow. Lord, help us to just not respond to sin, but respond in love and compassion. Thank you. Amen.